Hopefully you don't see the light ring in my glasses, but if you do, I'm sorry. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Heaven Sent Honey. Now today we're going to be doing another philosophy video, but we're not going to be talking about any kind of topics really. I'm just going to be giving you 5 different philosophical conversation starters for whenever you go out with your friends or just in general people that want to talk like this, where you can just really just start talking for hours based on these couple starters. Something to note is that these kind of questions are not for everybody. So take in mind the people that you're surrounding yourself with. If you're at a frat party, this might not be the conversation you want to have over blasting music. These kind of conversations are for when you're relaxed, when you're sitting down, maybe you're at a house party, probably ideally, or you're at like a cigar bar or something like that, where you can sit down and just, you're with people that have the capability to have these conversations. I know parties today are very different, but if you do find yourself with a good group of people that knows how to have a conversation, these are a few things that I think are great to just kind of get the ball rolling really, and just, you can talk for hours and hours. It just keeps it going, keeps the wine flowing, keeps the beer flowing, and you can just have a really good time. And it works the brain, it makes you think critically, and I think it's good for the brain too, and good for you as a person to come in contact with people that might have opinions that are different than you, and learn how to work through that and find rebuttals, or just kind of maybe change your point of view for once. So these are the 5 different starters. Number 1 is asking the question to, these are all asking questions to the group of people, or maybe one other person. Do you think people want to be happy or safe? I really like this question because it kind of begs the question of whether or not people are actually content if people just do what's instinctual, what is natural, or what has been told of them. It says a lot about human nature. So I think this is a really fun one. Number 2 is it better to act with instinct or logic? This question just kind of starts a conversation on whether or not it's better to maybe act with your brain or with your heart. And that can have so many different answers. So many people have very different takes on this, and you can really exercise what you think is better in certain situations. And it asks the question, all of these ask questions from the question. So, which is what makes them have such a sustainable conversation, is because it just seems like it's never ending. This one just really asks the question of whether or not emotional intelligence can be better than logical intelligence at times. Number 3 is, do you think society needs a god or godlike figure to survive? This question will have you talking for hours and hours. Everyone has usually a pretty heated opinion on this, whether or not you're talking to atheistic people or religious people. It's interesting because you can take the term God or God figure into an interpretation of many different things. God can mean like someone in the sky, or God can mean vanity or the media or success. God can have a few different meanings, which is why this will really last you a long time, especially if you start looking at it from different perspectives. Number 4 is, would you say that people act for their own self-interest even when they're being selfless? This is a question that I pose. I like to ask this question. The way that I word it is a little bit more cynical. The way I word it is all interaction manipulation. But I'm actually going to do a video on that, so we're just going to keep it down to the original question I asked for number 4. This is a very cynical question, but you'll get a lot of really, really interesting answers out of it, I think, with the right people. It begs the question of whether or not humanity is selfish. and of whether or not being selfish is good or bad, and whether or not manipulation is good or bad. You can get a lot of very personal views on it and very detached, dispassionate views on it as well. So all these questions are meant to have kind of a very healthy spectrum of views, and you can really have fun with it. Number 5 is a question commonly asked, not even in philosophical circles, but it's just whether or not you believe in mind over matter. Is it who you want to be or who you are? And this question, like I said, this has been asked in commercials. It's been asked in a very, very non-philosophical way sometimes, and very scientific way. But asking this question to a group of people is interesting, especially when you give a little bit more context, like whether or not, the law of attraction is real. If you want something to happen in your life, do you start making things happen subconsciously because your desire is so great? It starts to make you think of whether or not the material world is as material as it is. It's a very strong question. You start to wonder whether or not people are really in control of their actions or not. Well, those are the 5 questions. I tried to be as varied with them as possible. I tried to set aside my own questions that I ask, because my questions will end up in videos later on in this channel, and they're also very biased. What I study in life and my art and everything like that. So I have my own set of questions, and it was really hard not to put that down onto paper. So I tried to do questions that everyone could ask and most people could participate in. So that's it for today. Short video, finally. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you like this video. Leave a comment. Have a great rest of your day or evening. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.